life at Susie's. Yeah, you're dang it. Uh-oh, did you make a mess? Oh, he dropped the butter. He didn't make a mess. So, I'm early today, y'all, and I look a hot mess. That's for true. That's for sure. Absolutely. I Mark and I have kind of a date tonight. It's his junior high reunion. He actually still knows some of them. He went to a pretty good sized junior high, but a very large high school. And so, a lot of the junior high people that he knew went to different high schools and stuff, and it just was big. So you just kind of, after a while, lose touch. But he does have some friends that he's maintained, and hopefully they're going to be there tonight. So I get to put on real clothes. I'm going to put on pants, y'all. And anyway, I'm checking my mods. Sorry. And anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna put on real pants and some makeup and go out to eat at what used to be my very favorite Mexican restaurant when I wanted to go somewhere that was a little more, not high end, but not just, like your typical little Tex-Mex restaurant. I want, this one's a little more high end. There's like candles on the tables and a lot of red velvet. They have different rooms that they seat people in. It's not just one big open area. And anyway, it kind of feels a little fancy, but I'm not going to dress real fancy because I don't feel like it. So we're going to go kind of a casual, but, decent. Like maybe our Saturday best, not our Sunday best. So I don't have, yeah, you didn't get a notification. I'm sorry. I went very quickly. I only gave like an hour's notice to those of you that are popping in, Gary and Corrine. It's good to see you guys. Mischief Manage, Marilee. Yes, I have zero makeup on except for this lipstick that I put on to try to, what's a lip stain? To try to girl it up a little bit. And I put my hat on to cover the fact that my hair is a mess. But I did put a little headband up here to kind of girly it up a little because without it, I figured I was looking very boyish. So anyway, I uh I feel a hot mess if I don't look it. So y'all, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about going so early, but like I said, right about the time I would be going live normally is when we're supposed to be at least on the way for this reunion. And then tomorrow, I do plan to go live, but it'll probably be our normal time or even a little later. We have a, yeah, lovely sparkly headband. Thank you, Corrine. But anyway, we have a luncheon with Mark's mom and his family. We try to do that once a month. She's turning 90 in just a little bit, y'all. So you wouldn't know it if you saw her. I swear the woman does not look a day over maybe 70, maybe. And doesn't act it, doesn't talk like it, doesn't, I mean, nothing. You wouldn't know it. You wouldn't know it at all. She's something else. And so I'm always excited to see her and see what she's going to come up with. But we try to have one of these little luncheons every month, and we just pick a day that's we can get the majority of us together. There's not a whole lot of us, but we try to get some. Good to see you, Marilyn. So glad that you're here. This is going to be an interesting one, y'all. I don't know. I do want to say that I said I wasn't going to talk anymore about any of the drama, and this really isn't exactly about the drama. I really was studying on it about how you start a cult, and I was thinking completely just about, LRH starting up Scientology. And then I started seeing things that I'm seeing today. And so it's kind of a combination. I want you to kind of think about Church of Scientology, but also kind of think about what we're seeing today. Because I think that in some ways they're a lot alike, and it might make it easier for us to kind of decide where our loyalties lie, or where our loyalties to ourself. I'm not even talking about I'm not talking about being loyal to me or to Marilyn or to Aaron or to anybody. I'm talking about being loyal to ourself. Because without that, if you're not loyal to yourself, it's just like you have to love yourself before you can truly love someone else. It's just, we have to be loyal to ourselves. And to do that, sometimes we have to take a step back and kind of look at what might be going on around us and see if we see any of that. And then to protect ourselves from that kind of stuff. So that's kind of where I'm at today. And of course, I'm going to give some examples, and I'm not going to really name names. And the examples are kind of a combination of more than one person. So, hey, Gary Mackey, good to see you. Nisa, good to see you. Yeah, anyone can start a cult. Absolutely. Anyone can. It is surprisingly easy. I was like, wow, that's all it takes. I mean, seriously. Some of the people are very likable, and the leaders, and then that causes them to gather up a group real fast. But some of them are not even likable, but somehow they manage to gather up a group. I guess they pick who they're nice to and who they're not nice to. I don't know. I had to kind of quit because it would have been I could have studied it for days and days and days, and I thought that about 6-7 hours was enough. After a while, I'm just like, that's enough. And then trying to break it down and tell what I was going to tell you guys. I have to leave the chat to make my lunch. Will be watching. That's fine, Corrine. That's absolutely merrily. What I see is a group of trauma survivors, and it's very much like a very dysfunctional family. My family is so much like the SP group. Yeah. I'm not just talking about them, though. I'm really not. I'm talking about just, everybody. You, me, everybody. So I'm going to go ahead and get started, and I will check back in with my chat in a little bit. There is a little bit of a trigger warning because I'm sure no matter what I say, it will trigger someone. So yeah, you can start a cult, Gary Mackey. You just check into that and be right back. I might join that one. You're awful sweet and nice, and I don't see you being bossy, so you're trying to steal everybody's money. So like LRH, Cult of Gary. Yeah. Yeah, you stop that pudding. You guys, I love to see you toy with each other. It's hilarious. So anyway, I'm going to get started so we can get this over with and everybody can go about their day and I can go try to look like a girl. So, I still have good grief. I didn't take a bath yesterday after I didn't tell you all about that, did I? Very quickly. I had an EKG yesterday, and I don't know the results of it yet. I haven't heard back from them, making sure there's no more. All of them were gone, except for I had one right here. You can tell I didn't shower this morning. Anyway, I did go to my doctor, who quickly did an EKG and quickly put me on anxiety medicines, and is contacting a cardiologist because she does believe that my trouble breathing and my extreme exhaustion could be my heart. So, and if it's not, we'll find out and we'll know, right? It'll just be another couple of tests and talking to the cardiologist and see what they say. So, no news, but a little bit of an update. So other than that, I'm doing for good. I feel good. I really do. And I've not had a anxiety attack since I started taking the medicine. And I only take it once a day. It says I can take it 3 times a day, but I only take it once a day. And she said I don't even have to take it, like if I can stand it, because it does seem to act fast with me, that if I feel an anxiety attack coming on, I can then take the medicine. And that way I'm not taking it every day if I don't want to. So that's also an option. It's what I did in the past. So we shall see. And she thinks that it's situational. She thinks the anxiety attacks are just situational. I've got a lot going on, a whole lot, which you all know because I cry to you every day. Gary says, every time I get an EKG or visit the heart people, I seem to find those stickies for a day or two. I know, I do too. Yeah, I've even showered, y'all. And then the next day be like, what is this? And feel something, and there it is. And I'm just like, ugh, good grief. Or my Band-Aid where they go, it's right here, where they go into my port when I go to the oncologist. I will take several showers and it's flesh color and I don't see it. And a lot of times it's those little bitty ones, just those little circles. And so I won't see it. And I swear it'll be 2, 3, maybe 4 days later, after I've taken 2, 3, maybe 4 showers, that I'm like, what is this? And, it'll start itching or something. And I'll feel it and I'll be like, oh my God. So anyway, but anyway, I forgot I was going to tell you that story. So I popped it in real quick and all's good until if it's not, I will tell you. And if it is, I'll tell you. So that's just what I do. I tell you everything, don't I? Not everything. I'm not quite as open as Reese, but I tell you a lot of stuff. So anyway, today I want to talk about how to start a cult. And no, I'm not going to give like instructions on exactly how to go about doing it, but I want to offer a few examples of what the kind of universal steps are, like what most cult leaders do. And I'd like you to do a couple things for me, and I kind of touched on this. Number one, I'd like you to consider how LRH implemented these steps whenever he created Scientology and turned it basically into a cult. And number two, I'd like you to look and see how these behaviors, we're seeing them in today's world, whether it be our anti-Scientology movement or a lot of other things in life. Like if you just think about these, man, my nose. If you just think about these, there's like 7, I think, 7 things that people do when they're starting a cult. It's kind of crazy and a little scary how easy it really truly is. I will kind of be talking a little bit, it's going to be kind of obvious, y'all, that I'm kind of talking about what I kind of call a baby cult. But I don't believe that this little, baby cult that I'm going to kind of hit on will ever reach the masses like Scientology. But even though with enough indoctrination and in some cases drugs, I do see, hi, Charlie. You don't want to jump up here? You can. Come here. I do see a potential for harm. I might have to pick him up, y'all. He's whiny. He got neutered yesterday. Do you want up here? Okay, hold on. He's gonna sit and stare at me. Oh gosh, you're heavy. You're heavy. No, you can't. All right, fine. Sit in my lap. Whatever. Anyway, I do see a potential for harm. Got my string on your head, yeah. And it really does break my heart because I do care for this group of people. Oh, you hear Duke. Dookie's barking big. Might be Joe or Vetta coming over. Yeah, Charlie got neutered in a bath. So he's all clean and smells good and got his little business taken care of. Are you happy? And he was back at my house about 6:30 this morning. So all that happened yesterday and he was back this morning. So jumped up on my bed and wanted to snuggle with his sister. And he's been here ever since. So that's about 6 hours. Okay, can you sit right here? Yeah, just sit right there. You can get down if you want to. But anyway, yeah, y'all, like you, I do care about a lot of the members of this group that I'm talking about, with the exception of one. Not going to lie, not fond. And I don't mean today as any kind of an attack on anyone, though parts of what I say may sound like a specific person or group, but I'm actually kind of combining a lot. Hi, Pippi, good to see you. Nisa, good to see you too. So anyway, I don't know any other way to talk about it because I don't want to call people out and attack them. But I will, if they want to get nasty, I will call them out, but I don't want to. It's not generally how I feel like I need to work. Yes, Charlie needs attention. He's just sitting right here. He won't sit on his butt, so he stands everywhere. I don't think I blame him. He did lay on his side when he was on my bed. So, anyway, I do have a little bit of a rule today. I will not tolerate any trolls or just shitty comments. I'm just not going to put up with it. This is my channel, my opinion. I don't lie. I'm not attacking anyone. If you want to go to your channel and attack me, go ahead. I don't care. But this is my house. This channel is my house, and my friends have come here to visit and talk and maybe learn something and be entertained a little bit here and there, which I'm not exactly entertaining. You all entertain me. But anyway, I'm just not going to put up with it. So go to your house and hate me. I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass. I just don't. I'm here to fight Scientology, and I'm here to support the second and third gens. And I am here to support the SPTV community or movement, whatever you want to call it, and the SPTV Foundation. And if that pisses you off, see yourself out. This is not about Aaron. This is not about anything. This is about our community. If you don't like Aaron, I don't care. You can be here and not support Aaron. I don't care. I don't care. But, hi, Doug. But we're not going to be shitty. Does that make sense? Okay. So, y'all, do you remember how some people, we won't name names, called SPTV a cult for a while there? Well, we knew it wasn't true. But it's being proven pretty much daily, lately anyway. The one thing we all know about a cult, I mean, not the only thing we know, but one thing we know for sure, and specifically the Church of Scientology, is that they make it close to impossible to leave. But not so with SPTV. If you don't want to be here, fine. We won't try to drag you back. We won't fair game you. We won't make videos and call you out for every bad thing that you've ever done in our estimation. We won't do that. And especially in your personal life, because that's just gross. We will say, see ya, and as long as there's no reason for us to feel attacked by you, we can all remain friends. We don't have to be in the same thing. Thank you, Gary. That's very kind of you to gift memberships. Y'all, if you get a membership from Gary, be sure to thank him. Some of those may go out to people that aren't even here right now, because I got one on a channel that I wasn't even on at the time, so on another channel. It worked out okay. It was somebody I liked. I just hadn't joined because I'm saving money. But y'all, this is just me. I'm talking to you as me. So you don't have to agree with me. Okay? I mean, this is not a cult. So if you clearly leave a community and then immediately they start love bombing you, another community starts love bombing you, and that community is clearly out to destroy anything to do with SPTV, I'm not going to really support you. That's how you build a cult. And it takes a long time. I'm sorry, my mind just went blank. But anyway, it takes a long time for you to actually destroy something like SPTV. But it can happen, and it happens all too often. But if the Church of Scientology could have been destroyed overnight or by one person, then either Mike Rinder or Marty Rathbun would have destroyed them long ago, right? Because they had all this information that we all think is enough to destroy this cult, and yet they're still operating. I blame that a lot on the FBI. But what can be destroyed by at least initially one person, and certainly overnight, is a movement. And I fear that that's what's happening with our SPTV movement. I know they're not going to totally destroy it overnight, but they can sure do some pretty strong damage. So, and I'll be honest, I will forever believe that any struggle or downfall of this movement will fall squarely in the hands of one person, and that's not Aaron Smith Levin. I blame it on this court jester wannabe cult leader. And even he can't do it alone. So he has to go after us. He has to bring us over to his side one at a time. And if you watch, that's happening. He has started a counter movement, a movement that I don't see fighting to end Scientology nearly as much as trying to seek and destroy Aaron. And their plan, which I'm afraid is working a little, is to drag one content creator at a time away from SPTV. You know, I sit back and I see this happening, and I get to the point of this live. You know, I see it as building what I call baby cults. I will explain how the building of a cult works now. And just see if you see any comparisons with what historically happens. Yes, it is, because I can. In these 7 steps, it historically happens, and I see it happening now. So, 1, and I really shorten these down because there's a lot of it, but I wanted you to kind of get the point, because each one of these points that I'm going to make could have been an entire live. So I tried to compress it down and get it to what I thought, would kind of compress it down and get the information to you. Number 1 is to develop a polarizing message. Pretty much the group that I'm talking about are doing that, even if it's that they're all butthurt over something that Aaron or the SPTV Foundation said or didn't do. They tend to have a victim mentality, the poor pitiful me, like we're being shoved aside, we're being forgotten, we're being abused, that kind of deal. And that can be a very polarizing message, because one person feels like a victim, and they get another person that feels like a victim, and another and another and another, and pretty soon you've got a movement going. Number 2, pick an enemy. Well, we clearly see who their enemy is. It's Aaron and anyone who supports him or just doesn't blame him for everything. So they don't have to say, well, this person did this and this person did that and this person did that. No, they can just say, it's Aaron's fault. Aaron did it. Aaron is causing them to do that. Aaron is leading them to do that. Aaron is, blah, 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 blah. Aaron. It becomes like Stephanie Hutchison's, where if I'm constipated today, it's Aaron's fault, y'all. And I'm not. But I mean, if I was, in some of these people's mind, it's Aaron's fault. And it's just stupid. Number 3, be different and celebrate it. Absolutely. I think that the group of which I'm speaking of is surely different and absolutely celebrates it. I mean, they have some wild characters, right? I mean, they've got, want to be rock stars and want to be professional protesters, and they've got a combination of all these big personalities, and they're all different, and they celebrate that, which is great, except they're using that They're using their differences to say that because they're different, we don't want them there, so they have to they have to make their own group. It's kind of what I'm trying to say. I think that, it's absolutely great that they did that, and being different and protesting in all these different ways, because there's a lot of different ways that they protest. And it was great until it started getting them in constant trouble. And a lot of us were like, whoa, And that's really when the turn began. When like a line was drawn in the sand kind of thing, and the constant support and near idol worship kind of went south, basically. And it became like a seek and destroy mission. So the more that we didn't support financially a lot of these people in these groups, or in this group, the more they would seek to destroy us. And at first they went individually. They were trying to destroy everybody. But that didn't work. If anything, it kind of brought us closer together. So now what they've done is they're just going after one person. They're just going after him. And they think that if they can make us have enough doubt, that we'll start leaving, either just leaving or that we'll join them. I really think that's what they're doing. And they are using their difference than a lot than what some of us are, and celebrating those differences and trying to make themselves look, I don't know, fun. I don't know what they're trying to do. Anyway, number 4, bang the drum, or, maybe a megaphone, over and over and over and over. Once you've developed your polarizing message and embraced your uniqueness or your differences, you have to constantly broadcast to your target audience what you're doing, how great you are, how much of a victim you are by this big, bad, bald man over here. This big, bad, bald, ugly man. Real classy, real mature. Just think about that stuff, But they have to totally, constantly broadcast their message and their victimization and to their audience. And in today's world, that means they have to make content, and they have to go on all the social medias, all of them. Back in Elron's day, maybe they didn't go on social media, but they did do a lot of emails and letters and all that. So I'm just saying that this is today's version of it. But we're not stupid. We can all think back to what Elron would have been doing, or, any of the former cult members. We're talking about modern day cults or culty wannabes. I don't know. Number 5, you target outliers and misfits. You love bomb those who are feeling alienated, like they're struggling, or they're misfits. Like maybe they just don't quite fit in. They're not one of the popular kids. They're not getting all the support from the big shots, or the even medium shots, or even little shots like me. I mean, I'm a little bit of nothing, but I get bitched at constantly, daily, for not supporting channels that have never supported me, that are even larger than me, but I'm supposed to support them. But I don't agree with them, so I'm not going to support them. I'm sorry, I'm just not. But these groups, they find these people that are feeling this way, and they're feeling left out, and they're feeling alienated and victimized, because victim. That's what they do. They want to get you to believe you're a victim, because when you do, they can snatch you up and love bomb you and build you up until they don't have to anymore. So by following this group, y'all, they make you feel like you belong to something quirky even, which is often fun, right? Something that's got a little bit of a, an angle to it, a little funniness, and whatever. They can be, quirky and extraordinary, and they just make you like feel like, oh my God, I was absolutely wasting my time over here working my ass off. I can come over here and these people love me. They're supporting me. They're getting me more money. They're, whatever, I don't know, whatever their specific thing is. I'm not talking about anyone specific. So those of you that think I am out there in the haters world, I'm not. So what they do to make you really feel like a part of the group comes down to just a few simple steps. And I'm going to list those two. Again, very condensed. So A is social proof. You belonged with them because you are loyal to their cause, and we all dislike the same people or person. That can be, look at Scientology. They all dislike any kind of mental health doctors or anything, right? They dislike that. It's not, I'm not talking about that they have to dislike Aaron. I'm saying that they can dislike anything. They can dislike public schools. They can dislike red dye and Kool-Aid. They can, I don't care what it is. There's a lot you can, if you all dislike the same thing, you can be part of a group. And it can be kind of a quirky, fun group, at least to begin with. B is indoctrination. Quickly. You don't let them sit around and think about it. You snap on it. The minute that they're mad at somebody, you drag them in and you love bomb them and you show them that you support them and you tell them that they were a victim of this person and this person and this person and this whole whatever freaking world, but they're safe with you. I saw it happen last night. I saw it happen the day before and sadly the day before. It's been a daily occurrence lately, y'all. So C is reward loyalty. This can be as simple as praise, or it can be actual gifts. It's usually, that they love you and they bring you in and really love bomb you so that you'll stay. Because you already left this group over here. So you can walk right out of that group too, because they're not chaining you down either. This isn't traditional cults, or at least not yet. They're not trained. They're, at least as far as I know, they are not, doing things that would cause you to not be able to leave. D, promote true believers. Really promote those who truly support your brand. So whoever is really supporting this new group, that's who gets love bombed. That's who gets, send this person super chats, go join this person's live, go subscribe to this person, go do that. And that can happen anywhere. It's pretty much human nature. It's a you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours kind of mentality. But the difference here is we're not going to do that. We're not going to support you no matter how much you come and try to love bomb us. If we know that when you go back to your little group, you're shitting on us. And we see it, y'all. We all watch chats. I see constantly people that I'm getting these love letters from that think that I'm absolutely great, bitching about some little something I did. Or the same with other creators that they absolutely love bomb. I've seen mods that are absolutely, devoted to a certain creator, but they're over in these chats and they're just shitting on that creator that they mod for. It happens. And it's sad. And I don't go to the trolley sites. This is people that are normal, what was at first at least considered SPTV content creators. And let me tell you, there's less and less and less and less on my viewing list today than there was a month ago. Because y'all done showing what you really are. And I hope I'm showing what I really am. So yeah, you absolutely, you promote your true believers. Support them, whether it's in person or online. And you provide them with things. Maybe it's, they need a new circle light or they need a new. Yeah, it does feel like a minefield. Sometimes it's hard to navigate, Blow Drill. I agree so much. It can be money. There's just all kinds of things that it can be. Tell their stories. Yeah. Scream it to your audience on how this new edition was so used and victimized or discarded, ignored, whatever, by this big bad group over here. Again, not only talking about where we are now. I'm talking about any group. We just happen to see a lot of this where we're sitting right now. And like Blow Drill said, it does. It feels like a minefield. I don't know where to stop, where to step. I don't know who to support. I will fully support one person, and then they will absolutely turn around and just shock the crap out of me. Or attack me completely out of the blue for something that most time that I didn't even do. Anyway, so F is provide opportunities for demonstration. Everyone kind of adapts a like persona in these groups, okay? Like, yes, they all start out so different and so unique and so great. And they stay that way, except they do start adapting certain things. Like, they may start dressing alike. That could mean anything. I'm not talking about the guy who wear robes and all that shit. It could be that they all start dressing like cartoon characters, or they all start dressing in like Scientology with their little black pants and their white shirts. That's what I'm talking about. It doesn't have to be some big something. It can be very subtle, very, very subtle. Some may start being extremely loud and vocal. Some groups might become very quiet and subdued. They may be enraged, like the whole group may be enraged that one specific issue is not being highlighted enough. They want to show a contrast between your group and theirs so that people, and theirs is always going to look better, so that they can show your group as victimizing people, and then those people come to them. But always, you're promoting them. You're on social media, you're creating content, you're, whatever you're doing, you're promoting these other people too that have come to you so that they'll stay and so that it makes your group look more appealing, especially when some of those members are absolutely loved by everybody. There are members of this other group that I have mentioned that I absolutely love them. And if enough of the people that I love moved over to that specific, corner of the world, Is that going to start looking more appealing to me? Probably. It's not going to work, but it could look appealing, not so much to me, but to other people. You're always a victim fighting a leader who's turned against you with lies. That's what they do. So that's your reason, or anyway. Y'all, cults don't sell a dogma. They sell belonging. Cults cultivate a community where individuals feel valued, celebrated, and empowered. Nobody would join them if they knew what they're really like. Look at Scientology. How they get people in, I don't know, because there's so much information out there. Absolutely, Twin Flames is a good example of an online cult. George Massey, absolutely. Just like Scientology doesn't tell you the crazy shit until you're like so indoctrinated and so financially invested that what are you going to do, right? You're going to give up your entire life? It's not that easy. Think about what you would have to feel like to give up your entire life, and yet that's what you have to do either way, to be part of Scientology or to leave Scientology. To be part of Scientology, you give up your life in the real world. To leave Scientology, you give up your life in the cult. And they don't tell you that stuff. Oh, you can have whatever religion you want. You don't have to change your religion. Oh, you can see whoever you want. You can see whatever doctors. You can go see your family. You can do whatever you want. We're just going to help you make a better person of yourself. And we're going to make all the people better people and save the planet. And people have good intentions, so we fall for it. Same with these other groups. They don't blast this shit where they're like, we're really just full of shit and we don't like this person. We don't get to be the star of the show, so we're going to tear that show down and build our own. They don't tell that stuff. They tell the good parts. They tell all the wonderful things. But cults do it for a payoff, y'all. That being your devotion to them. As long as you sing their praises and abide by the often unwritten, at least in the beginning, laws of the group, you're cherished. But step out of line and you are toast. They will ghost you or they will attack you, just like Scientology. Just like them. These modern day, what I call baby cults, y'all, they don't make it hard for you to leave. Not like Scientology does. They actually relish your departure. As much as they want to bring you in and love bomb you and make you a big part of their group, they want you to figure them out and leave. Why? Because that gives them another target. It gives them more fuel to add to the flame. Because without fuel, they don't get those super chats. If they don't have somebody to talk about and somebody to blame, they don't get those super chats. If they don't have somebody to blame, they don't get those Sea Org members to join. They don't get those members in general to join. It's all the same thing. It's just on different levels. So after they're done with you, where do you go? Do you go back to the people that you trashed and deserted? I don't know, because none of my research answered that question. So all I can do is answer it for me. Not you, not any of you in the chat, not any of you watching and lurking or will watch on the replay or comment in the replay. I'm going to speak for me. Pretty much, y'all. Yeah, I self-isolate too, Blow Drill. If this group felt this, not the SBTV community, but this other group of people that are trying to tear us down, fell apart tomorrow, I would welcome every one of them except for one back with open arms. I might be leery, very leery, for a while at least. But I would welcome them back because everyone that's went over there, I care about. I really care about. That's why I don't want to mention names whenever I go on these little mini rants, y'all. It's because I care about them and I don't want them to think that I hate them because we disagree. No, I don't hate you at all. I still love you, especially our second gens, especially them. I'm sorry, y'all, but as far as I'm concerned, they do get a little grace even when they just completely mess up. Do I give them grace for everything? No. Like I said yesterday, it's never okay to purposely hurt somebody. Some of the rants that I've seen on YouTube lately are not okay. And it would take me a while to get over that, but I would still welcome them back. And with open arms, just not open wallets. Not at first, anyway. So I love you guys. I love them all. So I'm asking a question of you all. And I want you to really think about this. And this does pertain to that group and to all of us. Okay. It pertains to this whole anti Scientology movement. Why is it okay for everyone to get upset, yell, cry, maybe even misquote something or get a dollar amount wrong or something, whether it's accidentally or on purpose? And that's okay. We will forgive them, right? Except Aaron. He's not allowed any of that. He has to be 100% perfect 100% of the time. I have another question, maybe 2 or 3. Why is it okay for people to come on live and absolutely lie about what was said or how something went down? But it's not okay to defend yourself or to correct that lie. And I've seen it happen a lot. Why is it okay to love and respect and give grace to every second and third gen ex-Scientologist except Aaron? Nobody's supposed to care about him. Nobody's supposed to respect him. Nothing. Number 4. And this one I really, it breaks me. When did people who were fighting to end a dangerous child trafficking, abusive cult stop doing that and started fighting to destroy one man? But not just that one man. That's just the starting point. They want to destroy him. And in doing so, they will destroy they think they will destroy an entire movement / community, whatever you want to call it, who are literally, we're still fighting the cult. We're not fighting each other. We go on these videos and we try to defend ourselves and we try to talk some sense into people and say, stop. But we're not fighting. I agree, Ingrid. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't care what happens. Aaron could quit doing videos today. He could never go live again. And I would still be sitting right here with my little SPTV sign in the little corner, fighting the cult and supporting my second and third gens and supporting the content creators that are out there doing what we said we're doing. What are they doing? They're professional protesters, but I don't see any protesting going around. All I see going on, for the most part, I'm not talking about everybody, and if you're not guilty of this, and I am not talking to you on this whole damn live. If you are not doing this, I am not talking to you. So I don't know how better to say it. I should have said that in the beginning. But I don't see the protests going on. All I see is a bunch of people sitting around and bitching and playing victim, talking about how wrong they've been done. And I'm sorry, but I will never support DOA. Ever. And as long as people are his supporters and they're attacking the rest of us, thank you, Gary. I just saw that pop up, little turd. I won't support them either. I will love them. I will welcome them back if they come back. But while they're over there trying to destroy the rest of us, I can't do it. It's not in my DNA. I just can't do it. Because I don't feel like a victim, but I feel like they would like to make us all victims. And we're just not going to do it. We're too strong for that. They've done harm to this community, and I will not forget that. And I do blame it on one person. He didn't do all the harm, but he started the division. He started it. And it's been like, we fought against Render and all that group. We fought against Stephanie Hutchison. We fought against everybody that came along until we were infiltrated by someone that a bunch of us trusted. I didn't trust him, but a bunch of us did. I supported him. I even sent him money. But we were infiltrated by this person who has now shown how destructive he is. And he has taken with him one after another of our beloved second gens. And just because somebody's not actively a part of SPTV, that's not what I mean. Nora is not part of SPTV. She wants to do her own thing. That's fine. Liz Gale doesn't really, she quit the foundation. That's fine. I don't care. They're not trashing us. They might get mad at, especially Nora, she might get mad at Aaron, but she's not trashing the whole community. That's what this other group is doing. And that's why I can't support them. So that's all I got. I'm not good at endings. Like when I used to write for the paper, I always had to you start with something that catches them, you say what you need to say, and then you end with something that's going to clinch it. I have totally forgotten how to end with something that's going to clinch it. I don't know how to do it. I just always look to you all to do that. So I'm going to go check and see what my chat has to say. And yeah, I know we're going a little long, Mischief. I know, but I think it was important. So let's see where I can start at. Okay. I think I'm almost there. Oh, yeah. I think this is close to where we were. I got to get a drink real fast, y'all. Sorry. If I talk a while, I get the dry mouth. And y'all know I talk a while. And fast sometimes. I used to talk real slow. But I get on here and sometimes I really talk fast, except for I noticed yesterday I talked real slow, which might have been the anxiety medicine. I don't know. So anyway, so Corrine says good afternoon, Susie. Marilee says you don't look like a hot mess. Yes, I do, sweetheart. So let's go down here a little bit. Y'all just chatting with each other. Wow, Marilee says my oldest sister just turned 80, still runs her own business and looks 60. That's amazing. Isn't it just amazing how some people just age so well? His mom sure doesn't. His dad, let me tell you. Reese would have been chasing his ass because he was a little haughty. He was a haughty as a young man, and he was a little haughty when he passed. I told his mom that one day. I said, she said something about, well, he used to be a good looking man. I said, he still is. I said, he's hot. And she just laughed. She goes, well, I think so too, And she's very pretty. So Mark's got beautiful parents. His dad has passed, but his mom's still very pretty, very youthful. Doesn't even dye her hair, and it's like a pretty brown color, like a light brown. So, okay, here we go. Yeah, I read that one. Gary Mackey's going to start his own damn cult of Gary. I might join that one. Talked about, there's when Charlie came in. See, I'm way back here. There's mischief with her. She warns y'all when she thinks I might get a little, Good to see you, Doug and Marilee. Thank you again, Gary, for your gifted subscription or gifted memberships. That means a lot. Sassafras is in here somewhere. I see somebody saying hello. I see Doug saying hello to her, but I missed it somewhere. But so welcome, Sassafras. Maya, good to see you. We were just talking the other day. Yesterday or day before, I can't remember. Yeah, Doug, we have been seeing a lot of hatred starting to destroy what we have built. Absolutely. Yeah, Marilee says even if SPTV gets destroyed, the movement will not stop. It's on a roll now. It will just morph into something stronger. Yeah, I was talking to Natalie the other day, and she said that she thinks that we're really going through like a stage of growth. That sometimes, I said that sometimes you have to kind of, weed out things so that the pretty flowers can all bloom. So, because I can, yes. Yeah, I understand, Doug, that, he doesn't agree with Marilee. I think it can severely harm the movement. I think it can, but we've just got to remember what we're here for. And we're not here for a name. I want to stay the SPTV community. I do. But if that absolutely falls apart and everybody just then we'll just regroup. That's what you do. You just regroup and move on, and we can pull that SPTV thing right back out or never let it go. But I do expect more to leave. And I don't like that. I think it's very destructive, but I also think that the ones that stay will be stronger and we will be more united and more like focused on what we're doing. Maya says people are talking about picking a sides. It is impossible at this point. There are like 10 sides. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just staying where I'm at. I'm going to sit my ass here. That's what I told my mods yesterday. I said, I don't know. The rest of the world can do what they want. I'm going to sit my ass right here. I'm going to still support my second and third gens. I'm going to still support SPTV. I'm going to still support the SPTV Foundation. I'm still going to fight Scientology. I'm still going to do all the things that I've been doing and more. I'm not leaving. And if it's me and 2 or 3 people or just me, I don't care. I'm still going to be sitting here doing what I'm doing. So, yeah, it's Aaron's fault. Gary Mackey says, even if we shrink inside, I don't think that's a bad thing. As large as SPTV is now, there's a lot of hubris, I don't know, that is distracting. If they drift away, they'll go away. Yeah. If they don't belong here, if they don't really want to be here, if they're just kind of, or if they are, as Marissa keeps talking about, these ex-Scientology groupies that are just, just here for whatever a groupie is here for, then they can go on and groupie up with some other group. And those of us who really want to fight this will be here. Yeah. Together we stand, divided we fall. I have been around the YouTube lands, and I've seen this play out before. It never ends well, whether you like it or not. SPTV holds us together. I agree, Doug. I really do. It gives us like a flotation device. Does that make any sense? Like we're each our own individual people with our own individual wants and needs and desires and you know, struggle to survive basically. But if somebody throws out a great old big flotation device, we're going to cling to it. And sometimes I feel like that having SPTV and kind of feeling like that we're not alone, that there are some of us who are like minded. And being like minded doesn't mean that we all have to believe the same thing exactly, it means that we're like minded. We're here to fight Scientology. That's what we're here for. And so I kind of see SPTV as almost like a flotation device. Maybe it's a bunch of flotation devices. Maybe we each get our own. I don't know. Whatever it is, I feel uplifted by it. I feel proud when I wear my SPTV hoodie. Of course, I haven't been able to much lately because it's hot. But when I wear it, I'm proud. And I'm proud when somebody asks. I put SPTV on every bit of my merch because I'm proud. I'm proud to be part of a group, not a cult, a group of individuals fighting the same thing. Corrine says, I found out about Scientology and its abuses at Aaron's channel, and then the others came later on. He's not perfect. None of us are. But I can't stand this culty behavior towards Aaron. Girl, you said it perfect for what I feel like. Yes, thank you, Mischief, for putting up that link to the Church of Satire. Absolutely, it's a cute little page, and I'm hoping it really grows. I love satire anyway. It amazes me how a person who has been proven a liar can say that Natalie or Aaron is lying. People will believe the liar because of the hate they spew. That's right, Doug. Yeah, merely I agree. Jersey Jan says, unfortunately, some streamers have forced me into positions in which I had to pick sides in order to not change who I am. It's unfortunate, but it happens. True, but I'm just going to stay right here and be me. Cricket Cinema, good to see you. Thank you so much, Gary Mackey, for those gifted memberships. Yeah. TKK is here. Gary says, I've been thinking about starting a cult. Cult of Mischief Managed. We can be quirky. Gary Massey's here, or I'm sorry, George Massey's here. I was looking at Gary's and my eyes went down to George's and I got the names all twisted. George Massey. My George. I love George. He's also Marilyn's George and several other people, but yeah, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. Yeah, a lot of us have to do that. And it's called adulting. We do that and we don't have to hate each other because we disagree. Katrina says, merrily, possibly, but I'm not one of them. I do not fair game people. I am here against Scientology and abusive behaviors because I've been a victim of abuse and I want to fight it. Mischief managed on one drugged in. Yeah, Doug says merrily, who could stop Russia or China if the USA was gone? Same as if Aaron is gone and no more SPTV community. Who is going to be able to stand against the DOAs of the community? That's true. Yes, Blow Drill. I absolutely agree and will repeat it. It feels like a minefield sometimes. Doug says, Susie, we got your back. Blow Drill says, I support your right to speak your truth. That's how we heal. Absolutely. having to skip some of y'all because I'm getting tired and I still have a date to go on. Yeah, Gary says, not throwing shade. Don't take it that way. I just don't like to sit on the fence. It's okay if you do. If you attack the ones I love and support, I will not support you. No time for you, and I unsub and block. That's what I've been doing too. Do I believe that he has the starting of an on? Oops, I just skipped some. Yes, I do. I think that DOA does have the starting of an online cult. Gary Mackey says they were both hinting at it. I think Aaron and Zach will be doing a collab in today or in the next day or two. That would be interesting. Yeah, it all started, Ingrid, you're right, when a van showed up. Says, yes, Susie, that is the point. Thank you, Curry. Gary Mackey, thank you again for your completely amazing super chat going towards the chemo bill. Yeah, I agree, George. Respect is earned, not demanded. DOA is a fraud. Going to catch it on the replay. That's absolutely fine. I started at a weird time today. Yes, I included myself. I always do. Yeah. Jersey Jan says, I have to admit, going to Carrie and helping her while Liz was in the hospital was very cool. Otherwise, he's done too much damage to this community. Absolutely. Even people that do damage can also do good things. They do that on purpose, actually. If they only did damage, nobody would like them. Yeah, I feel sorry for Laura and others. I need some coffee, Mischief Managed. I had a small one, well, an espresso. Absolutely, Doug. He says, Susie, when I go deer hunting, I sit my ass down and let them come to me. Why chase when we can sit and fight? Absolutely. Irish Mart, I don't remember seeing your name, but welcome. Yes, yes. Phil Jones and Tori have inspired me too. They are something else, aren't they? They absolutely are. Oh, Marilee sees a bunch of different lifeboats. Yeah, that's a good one too. And then we just all join together. You know, there's this little deal like, it's stupid, but y'all, I just get a kick out of it. You know how, because I'm obsessed with sharks. Have you seen that little like meme where it's like all these little teeny tiny fish, but they all join together and shape themselves and look like a big giant fish, and so the shark leaves them alone? That's what we need to do, y'all. We need to have all these little tiny individual fish and just kind of get together and bunch up and let the shark pass us. Then we can go do our thing. Because those fish don't stay in that big group looking like a big fish forever. They're not glued together. They can leave. But they come together when they need protection. And that's what we need to do. Terry Morgan, good to see you. About done, I think, here. Yeah. Yeah, DOA's a fraud. I understand. Yeah, he did. He trashed Denver J for a while. And now, he's good for this cause. The same with a lot. And the same with a lot of these creators that are moving over that trash DOA and now they're joining this deal, they're tagging that entire group, and not one person that's not in that group in their chats and videos and community pages and everything. I mean, I've seen it a lot and it hurts. Yes, mischief managed. And that's where I'm going to end. Right here. We just all need to act like grown-ups, y'all. And learn that we don't have to all agree 100% of the time. Yeah, absolutely. So guys, I am going to go ahead and go. I need to go take a shower. I always have to let my hair dry naturally because if I blow dry it, it's a big poof ball. So it's going to take me a while. It's after 1 now. I need to leave sometime around 4. So if I take a shower now, my hair will be dry and then I can get ready. So I don't even know what I'm wearing. So I don't know. I've kind of picked out some stuff, but I change my mind all the time. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. It will probably be later in the day, maybe even later than normal. Y'all, please keep track of my community page. I do put a lot of information on there, and you can go and watch on the replay and comment in the chats if you did not get your message read today. I am sorry. I just, at some point, I have to stop because I just get tired. My back starts hurting, and I have a long day ahead of me. Yes, please hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell. Guys, you just don't know. That's what supports this channel. And whenever you do anything, like you do those things, it helps with us with the viewing hours and with the ad revenue, and you don't even have to watch the ads and we still get paid for them. But all that helps, and every dime I make on this channel right now is going to pay for my chemo, because it's like $1,500 a month that I have to pay. So, and now we have Mark. And he's going to be off work. So yeah, I appreciate those super chats, and I appreciate those donations to my PayPal, and I appreciate those memberships, and I appreciate so much those viewing hours and those likes and those subscribes. The subscribes don't get me any money, but if you subscribe, you might come back, right? You might be more inclined to come back, and that does get me money. So it's not all about the money, but right now, I'm not going to lie, it helps. It really helps. Yeah. So anyway, God bless you all. God bless you, Doug. I just saw that. I'm going to go, and I will see you guys tomorrow, unless we get home from his mom's really late, and then I'll be back Monday, but probably tomorrow. It just might be more like 6-ish or so, my time. See you guys later. Love you. Bye-bye.